So we've now got the first part of the 2026 roadmap available to us from today, and I'm going to cover all of the details of the new Headwinds update in this video, along with key details and takeaways from the official patch notes. But before we jump into the details, welcome to the channel. My name is Dan and I create Ark Raiders content ranging from trials and loot guides to patch notes, news updates such as this one and more. So if this sounds like something you need, then please consider subscribing to the channel for all future content, and remember to hit that like button if you enjoy the video. So onto the Headwinds update then. The roadmap teased multiple things coming with this patch, and we've now got the details of all three teased elements revealed to us. Starting off with the new matchmaking option available from level 40 plus for those who want a new type of challenge, we have solo versus squads. Now in terms of rewards, there is an extra 20% XP up for grabs here as a baseline for all players, with the largest rewards of course being based around PvP and extracting alive with the loot that you can gather. But clearly this mode is not going to be for the faint-hearted. The risk versus reward here is interesting though, especially for those who decide to take in free kits versus full-blown loadouts with a ton of utility, as was showcased in the trailer from a solo perspective. I cannot wait to jump into this mode and try it, however I do have some reservations on why trios or squads would actually want to go into this mode in the first place. For sure there would be a chance of encountering a fully equipped and loaded out solo player to have the numbers advantage against and of course then obtain the loot from, but I'm not convinced if this mode rewards both sides of the player base enough to keep this fruitful, especially for the squad players, as it does feel like this could become a free kit mode only for solo players for the most part. But I do always remain optimistic though, and Embark should definitely try to remain as receptive as possible for feedback here. Next up, we have the Trophy Display project, giving the more PvE-focused players an opportunity to obtain valuable items through progressing the various levels of the trophy case. So I'm in game now, so I'll just showcase where we can find that. It is, of course, in our projects screen. We go here, we've got the expedition, and of course then Trophy Display. So currently sat at 1 of 5, and you can see the various requirements here with the rewards on the right-hand side. So the rewards for completing each step do include blueprints as well as raider tokens, as you can see on screen, and of course full completion will also bring additional rewards including a howl emote, a guitar and 300,000 coins. There is currently no fixed end date and it will not be impacted by expedition resets though, but I'll for sure be making a video on the progress requirements on this one soon, so consider subscribing to be notified when that video drops. I'll try to cover all 5 steps, the requirements of all of them, so you can effectively hoard some of the items that you find without impacting your progress on the trophy display. Finally then we have the new minor map condition, which is of course related to birds, as per the small icon revealed from the roadmap release. Embark described the birds as intrepid survivors who are stocking up supplies for their nests, which of course means as raiders of topside we can take advantage of it. Embark specifically say the nests will be available in chimneys, but as of time of recording I don't have any in-game footage to showcase this, and the patch notes also specifically mention shiny trinkets and more ziplines within the map overall to enable more rooftop gameplay, so something to bear in mind if you want to engage in this particular map condition. Overall, I'm pleased that Embark have delivered the new content for both audiences of PvE and PvP focused players here. There's already enough cinema which has come naturally with solos, duos and trios respectively, so no doubt we'll have some absolute amazing clips coming out of the solo versus squads mode, and of course from the PvE perspective, a trophy cabinet project is a very welcomed addition. It finally gives us another dynamic and reason to specifically hunt Ark 4, not for just the initial workshop upgrades or trial system, but actually another system entirely to engage with, along with some nice rewards too. But you let me know in the comments what it is from this update that you're either looking forward to playing most or have already played and engaged with. Now then onto the patch notes, and of course I won't cover everything here as it's too long. I'll instead highlight what I think is most important to give you a TLDR overview. So firstly we have 2 new epic augments. No more details of them were shared here, but the blueprint count has been adjusted to 77 total, as I'll showcase in game here. So we can now see I've got 54 out of 77. And of course we also have 7 new quests to go after, some fresh rewards if that's something you enjoy. When I logged in, I did receive the League quest as shown here, which has a cosmetic reward associated with it. So as you can see here, we have the Faded Flush Aviator colour, which is a new cosmetic variant which can get added to our collection for completing this quest. Next up, some changes to various Ark in terms of behaviour and general fixes then. Some points to note are that snitches will no longer make noise after they are destroyed, and for ticks there's actually now an addition of a brief window of time where we can dodge roll to remove the tick rather than just using our interact keybind. So in my case it's spamming the E button. We also have some changes to the leaper where they're able to now manoeuvre a little bit better even if their legs have been shot. And next up we have the maps category, which has some interesting changes to blueprints again in terms of how many types of containers can actually contain condition specific blueprints within Storm, Hidden Bunker and Locked Gate respectively. We also have an increase in finding higher tier weapons from cases specifically, which interestingly might make things like puzzles in Blue Gate more of a go-to if you're building up a stash economy and you're looking for epic weapons more specifically. I've made a video on solving all of the puzzles on the Blue Gate map, which you can find over here, and also there's a competition running on that video, and a winner will be announced on my Thursday the 29th of January upload this week, so don't miss out on that. There's also been an adjustment to the Queen and Matriarch parts being available within the armour, which of course can be broken off. Not sure how I feel about this one, but they did use the word slightly lowered, so maybe we don't see much impact overall here. Onto Buried City specifically then, the puzzle lovers out there might disagree with this one, but Embark have now chosen to actually remove the musical puzzle. Not sure if they had some negative feedback on it overall, but the guitar is now a purchasable item from Shaney, as shown here, for 70 creds. Finally, some specific information and updates on the anti-cheat side of things then. A new 3-strike progressive ban system is now coming into force, where bans will move from 30 to 60 days and finally a permaban for those who are repeat offending. Personally, I'm happy that we now have Embark's position clarified and how they want to progressively punish cheaters, but no doubt some of you will disagree with this approach. Anyway, there's a ton more detail in the patch notes, including some movement, UI, utility, and miscellaneous updates to look at, but sound off in the comments on what you think of the patch overall. And of course, with new patches and a new week, we of course have more cosmetics to consider purchasing in the store, and this first one honestly looks fantastic. Aptly named the Sandwalker set, with an absolutely wonderful aesthetic that suits the sands of Buried City, Embark's state. Will you don the Sandwalker set to outmaneuver your opponents with stealth and skill? They're clearly leaning into the whole solo versus squads mode here, and I'm absolutely for it, and I will be picking up that bundle, as you can see here. So there we have it guys, the first major release of the 2026 roadmap has now arrived. Let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to most with this update, and remember to hit that subscribe button to stay notified and up to date with all Ark Raiders related news, gameplay and guides. You've been absolutely killing it with helping the growth of the channel recently. We're now only 35 subs away from the 250 milestone, so a massive thank you to all of you. And of course, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to smash that like button, and I hope to see you in the next one.